nice to see so many of you back, and I see some new faces here too, or new names, I should say. My name is Luisa Upadia. I am your host and instructor. I'm coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And before we get started, would love to hear where you're coming from. So if you could please let me know in the chat, that would be great. So as you're typing that into the chat, I'll just go over a few housekeeping rules. So as many of you know, our phone lines are muted, and we'll be using the chat function to communicate. So anything you want to ask me or share your comments, those would be done through the chat function. So and any time that you'd like throughout the session, and we'll be on for about 1 hour now. Great. Let's see. Okay, we have someone from Illinois. Wonderful. Pennsylvania. John Paul, so glad you're here from Utah. Excellent. Good. So glad to see you all. So is anybody here for the first time? Would you put a 1 in the chat for me? I love when people come for the first time and experience this for the first time. It's really special. Great. We have a number of you. Wonderful. Great. Okay, good. Welcome. So we'll get started. So as you may have seen when you RSVP'd for this session, this series that I'm going to be doing until the end of May and then also all of June is basically called as Meditation for Stress and Anxiety and How to Handle the Current Crisis. So that seems to be what's on everybody's mind, and meditation can very much help with stress and anxiety. And the best way to handle the current situation is really by meditating regularly. So all of you have come to the right place, and with regular meditation, you'll find that your days will be much more settled. Your mind won't be as chaotic, and the stress and anxiety that may come about, you'll be better able to handle, because you'll be able to understand that all of these thoughts which cause you the stress and anxiety are just coming from the past and from the future. Both of those areas no longer, or don't exist, haven't existed yet in terms of the future, and no longer exist in terms of the past. So all of this handling of the stress and the anxiety just comes about with the regular meditation. So as long as you stick with us and you meditate also at home regularly, you'll find that you'll be much better able to handle the situations that are arising. Okay, so let's see, a few more people have sent some comments. So I'm able to see everyone's comments. Yes, I'm able to see everybody's comments. So right now we're about 15 people on here, so we'll get started. So thank you for letting me know what's bringing you here. Actually, go ahead and put a little bit more in the chat, especially those of you that are here for the first time. What are you looking to achieve today in this session? I know for me, it's always a joy I look forward to these Wednesday sessions, because even though we're not in physical proximity, by meditating together online, those of you that have been with us know that it works. And those of you that are here for the first time, you're going to find that the experience does take place even virtually like this. Great. Okay, self-realization, wonderful. And I'll explain what that is in a moment. Yeah, we have someone saying that they're very stressed and the pressure from family does not really allow you to breathe. You're looking for a way to calm down. Absolutely. Yeah, John Paul, wonderful. Looking for a community. Basically, that's what we give you as well, an online community. First time interested in the experience. Great. Anxiety. Yeah, anxiety medication that you're taking. Yeah, definitely. Anxiety and stress is a very big issue. So let's all start to de-stress with our session here. So those of you that are here for the first time, I'm going to just go over what this meditation is all about. So the word Sahaja is a Sanskrit word, and it means spontaneous and born with you. And what's spontaneous is the process of meditation, believe it or not. And what's born with us is a living energy, which rests at the base of our spine. And this energy, when it rises, it actually rises through all of our 7 energy centers, and it comes to the top of our head where the 7th energy center is. And this energy puts us into the state of meditation. So this little quick video is going to just share similarly what I just explained. So please enjoy this for a few moments.
The Kundalini energy is a primordial energy, the source of all energy. Energy flows throughout your body via 3 main vertical energy channels, or nadis, flowing through 7 primary energy centers, or chakras, which are located at the sites of your main nerve plexuses, or networks of interlaced nerves. The energy rises up through your spinal column, flowing upward through the 6 energy centers above the sacrum bone. The 2nd energy center, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and finally, the 7th crown energy center. As the subtle energy pierces through the top of your head, it unites your individual consciousness with the universal consciousness.
Great. So how was that video in terms of making it a little easier to understand what we're all about? If you have any questions, feel free to ask at this time using the chat, and then we'll go on to the next part. Okay, no questions? Perfect. So now the important question is, how does it work? So we understand that there is an energy within us, and this energy is the one that's going to put us into this state of meditation. But how does it do that? So in this quick video, you're going to see an exercise which is called as self-realization. And self-realization is basically when you realize yourself, your true self. And in this exercise, she's going to be placing her right hand on different energy centers along the left side of her body. And after we finish watching the video, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so please watch this video as well.
To begin, sit comfortably on a chair or on the ground, with your back straight and your hands on your lap, palms up. Close your eyes and relax. Then repeat each of the following affirmations until you feel peaceful and ready to move on. Ideally, you'll spend about 30 seconds on each of the affirmations, saying them slowly, genuinely feeling the desire and meaning they represent. First, place your right palm over your heart and quietly say, either to yourself or aloud, "Am I the Spirit?" Next, place your right palm on your lower left side, just above your hip, and say, "I want to have pure knowledge." Move your right palm up until it's just below your ribcage and say, "I am my own master." Place your right palm over your heart and say, "I am the Spirit." Place your right palm on your left shoulder where it meets your neck and say, "I am not guilty." In this moment, it's important to leave behind any regrets or feelings of guilt you've been holding on to throughout your life. Place your right palm across your forehead, lower your head slightly, and say, "I forgive everyone, including myself." In this moment, you must forgive, forget, and let go of painful events that have troubled you in the past. Finally, put your right palm on the crown of your head, with the center of your palm maintaining firm contact with your head. Now, rotate your hand slowly in a clockwise direction, and as you rotate your hand, say, "Please let me have my self-realization." Sit quietly for approximately 5 to 10 minutes, without trying, without effort, Notice the silence. Notice how your thoughts have calmed. If a thought does pop into your mind, simply let it rise and fall away. Should you find it difficult to raise your inner energy alone, help is always available on this website.
Okay, any questions about that? Pretty easy to understand, right? With a visual. So we'll go ahead and start that. Just wait another moment in case anybody has anything they'd like to ask. Otherwise, in the meantime, please sit comfortably wherever you are, in a chair or the floor, hands apart from each other, palms up, and your feet flat on the Mother Earth. Okay, no questions, so we'll start. So on this slide, you'll see a photograph of the founder of this meditation right here. Her name is Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, and she founded this technique back in 1970. And now this form of meditation is being practiced in over 100 countries around the world and in almost all 50 states in the US, always offered free of charge. And the reason it's offered free of charge is because it has to do, again, with this living energy that we're all born with. So it's ours from birth. And there's no amount of money that has to be or needs to be paid to anyone or anything for this awakening to happen. So the other thing you see on this slide is this chart. It's a chart of our subtle system. And just to talk briefly about it, these words here are the pure qualities that are associated with our energy centers. So number one, innocence and wisdom, corresponds to the pure qualities of energy center number one, and so on. And then you see a sun and a moon. So our right side, which is represented here in this yellow line, this is our right energy channel, and this gives us the energy for action, mental activity, physical activity. And that's oftentimes why we get out of balance and we can feel stress and anxiety, because we are overusing the energy of our right side. We're thinking too much, we're planning too much. And so this is all the thoughts coming from the future that are causing us stress. And similarly, on the opposite side here, left side in blue, blue energy channel is the moon channel. And this is the more emotional side of us. So this side of us, of course, we need emotions, otherwise we'll be very dry people. But when we're overly emotional, that can also cause us to fall out of balance. When we're thinking too much of the past, or we have a lot of wishes and desires that cannot be fulfilled, we're not putting any action towards them. So all of this could also cause stress and anxiety. Oh, this happened to me 5 years ago, that's why I'm like this today. Those are not very productive feelings. So the best thing to do really is to balance these energy channels, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But before we do that, we'll do the exercise that we just watched, which is the self-realization. So let's sit with our feet flat on the Mother Earth, close our eyes, hands open on our lap, palms upward, and I'll be guiding you throughout so you'll know exactly what to do. Let's just take a few deep breaths through our nose to further relax ourselves. And with every exhalation, just letting go of everything that happened today. Even if it was positive, it's all gone now. It's in the past. Right now, we've all gathered together in one way or another because we understand that there has to be something more that can provide us with more peace in our lives. And that peace is found within ourselves. Nothing on the outside will make us as peaceful as we can truly be when we're with our true self inside. So the only criteria needed in order to awaken this living energy within us is one thing. And that criteria is the same, whether this is your first time, second time, third week, third month, or third year. That criteria is that we have to express our pure, heartfelt desire towards this living energy within ourselves. Expressing that we want to experience the silence within. As long as that desire is expressed from within us, that's what's going to trigger this energy to rise and grant us the state of thoughtless awareness. So before we start the hand exercise, I'd like us to take a moment silently to ourselves from our hearts. And this can be done in whatever language comes best from your heart. That's very important too, because this energy responds to your heart. From your heart, silently to yourself, please say to this living energy, which is at the base of your spine, energy, please awaken the pure desire within me. Now let's go ahead and take our right hand and place it on our heart on the left-hand side. Keeping our attention on our heart, we're going to ask a fundamental question to this energy, which is, energy, am I the pure spirit? Or you can say, energy, am I the pure self? Just say that once or twice from your heart, and then just watch and see how you begin to feel inside after you ask these questions or state the affirmations. And now let's bring our hand down right where our rib cage is. Keep our hand there and our attention here. Here we're going to ask, energy, am I my own master? Now let's move our hand down to where our hip and abdomen meet. And here we're going to ask for the quality of pure knowledge. Pure knowledge is the knowledge of ourself inside. That's why it's pure. And that knowledge, when it's awakened, helps us understand that we're more than just this body, this mind, and these emotions, but we really are something much more pure and subtle. So let's please say together, energy, please awaken the pure knowledge within me. Now let's raise our hand back up to our rib cage. And here we say with full confidence from inside, that energy, I am my own master. Nothing and no one can dominate me. Once we have that pure knowledge, that's what allows us to become our own masters. Now let's raise our hand back up to our heart. And here with full confidence, we say, energy, I am the pure spirit. The spirit can't be dominated. It's its own master. And the spirit itself is the knowledge. Once we become our true self, we're able to understand what is really true. We gain that pure knowledge. So all of this is connected. One more time, let's say from our heart's energy, I am the pure spirit. Now we'll raise our hand up to where our neck and shoulder meet and turn our head to the right. Here, it's important that we don't condemn ourselves for anything. We don't feel guilty. Because as we're understanding now, guilt is actually coming from the past and the past is gone. To feel guilty doesn't help. It just forces you to repeat the mistake again. So now that we're getting a glimpse of being the pure spirit, the spirit can't be guilty for anything. With full confidence, once again, from your heart, please say to this energy, energy, I am not guilty for anything. And now let's take our right hand and place it across our forehead. You can bend your head forward a little so that your forehead is resting in the palm of your hand. You can even gently press or squeeze your forehead with your hand from both the sides. For this energy center to open up, it's important that we forgive everyone from our hearts. So no need to think about any particular person or what they may have done, doesn't matter. We just say sincerely. That's what makes a difference, because this energy understands when we're sincere or when we're just saying it mechanically. So from your heart, dig deep down into your heart and say it as you really mean it. Energy, I forgive everyone from my heart. And I also forgive myself. Energy, I forgive. And now for the last energy center, please take your right hand, place your palm on your scalp the way I'm doing here. Press down a little bit while pointing your fingers towards the ceiling. And now we're going to rotate our scalp clockwise. Rotate or massage our scalp in the direction of the clock approximately 7 times, because we have 7 main energy centers, but don't worry about counting. It's just an approximation. And each time you rotate your scalp, you're going to ask for this experience by saying, energy, please grant me my self-realization. Energy, please grant me my self-realization. When you're ready, you can bring your hand back down. Continue to keep your eyes closed for a few more moments. And just enjoy this experience. You can gently take your attention to the top of your head where you just had your hand. This is the 7th energy center. And by keeping our attention here, it just helps to maintain that connection inside. And nothing more for us to do right now except enjoy. If you're enjoying yourself, then the state of meditation is truly taking place. Just check and see what's happening inside. Are there any thoughts right now? Chances are it's much less than before, maybe not at all. And that's because this energy has risen, because you expressed your desire. And what it's doing is it's widening the gap between your thoughts so that the silence and the present moment can be experienced more deeply. And don't worry if there are still some thoughts. It's perfectly normal. When that happens, the best thing to do is to watch them just like you're watching a movie, and those thoughts are passing on the screen. If you don't give them attention, they will just also not give you much attention, and they'll just pass on by. So now you'll be able to experience this really beautiful state, which is also called as the witness state. And the more and more you practice the meditation, the better you can be at the witness state. Witnessing yourself rather than reacting to everything that comes. You'll see that a thought rises and then it falls. And there's a little gap of silence. Then maybe another thought rises and it falls. So all of that again is just coming from the past or the future. It's not real. Your thoughts are not real. They seem real, but they're not based in reality. Whenever we're ready, we can open our eyes. So how is everybody feeling? How was your experience? Would love to hear about it in the chat. If you could share, that would be great. Even such a short, brief meditation like this, we'll be doing a few short rounds, but even just these little brief sessions or pockets of meditation that we're going to be doing, you'll find that it's so effective. At least for me, I'm enjoying it so much. I can really see my thoughts when they come, and then I can watch them and no more. Just silence. Longest periods of silence. Great, Helena, wonderful. So glad to see that. Juanita saying nice. You were able to allow the thoughts to just come and go. You are more focused on the top of your head and had less thoughts. Excellent. So easy, right? I mean, this can't be easier. And the best part is that, I mean, we can all achieve this state. Just think of all the people out there that are stressed, that are anxious, and how many people we can share this with. So that's wonderful. Excellent. So now, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to also show you how to balance our energy channels, the right and the left. Just see another comment coming. So happy you set aside this time. Absolutely, Juanita. I'm also so happy I am setting aside this time to be with you. It's really a really happy time. It rejuvenates me for sure. After the session, it's like I can start the second part of my day fresh. Absolutely. Great. Thanks for sharing. So to balance the right and left energy channels, I'll show you first what it looks like and then we'll do it. So this is a good exercise to do. We typically do this at night before we sleep. And we do this at night before we sleep because during the day you've kind of accumulated different experiences and reactions, and they're all sort of depositing on your subtle system. And they can cause you to possibly go swing more to the right or to the left. So we want to balance these energy channels so that we don't end up overusing our right side too much or our left side too much. We stay more in the center. So this is the way it looks. Let's see what other chat is coming. Linda, when you put hand on top of the head and turn clockwise, you turn it multiple times. Yeah. So when you're putting your hand on top of your head and you're rotating it clockwise approximately 7 times, just a few times. We say 7 because there are 7 main energy centers, but I wouldn't worry about counting because then you'll be thinking about counting. So a few times, yeah, multiple times, you're going to rotate your hand. And at that time is when you ask the energy for your self-realization. Okay, hope that helps you. All right. So to balance the left side, we start with that first. The way it looks is that we keep our left hand on our lap. That doesn't change. And we put our right hand down with the palm facing the Mother Earth. Okay. So our right hand is facing down with the palm facing the Mother Earth. This position is called as balancing the left side. Okay. Now, to balance the right side, it looks a little different. You keep the right hand on your lap. So go ahead and put your right hand back on your lap. And now your left hand is going to raise up like this with your palm facing the back wall. This position is known as balancing the right side. Okay, is that clear? Or should I go over one more thing again? Let me know and then we'll start. In our lap, yeah, once more, no problem. So to balance the left side, we keep our left hand on our lap like we were doing before, okay? Palm upward on our lap. Our right hand points down, like it's pointing down to face the floor or the Mother Earth actually. Okay, so your palm is pointed down towards the Mother Earth. That's called balancing the left side. Okay, to balance the right side, now we bring our right hand back on our lap. And now our left hand raises up like this with the palm facing the back. Okay? Sounds good? All right, shall we do it? Got it, great. Okay, so let's again sit with our feet flat on the Mother Earth, hands open on our lap, palms upward, close our eyes. And just allow our attention to go inside again. Now we'll start by balancing the left energy channel. Keeping the left hand where it is, we're going to take our right hand, point it down with the palm facing the Mother Earth. And all we do here is we ask this energy again. Remember, the expression of our desire is what counts. We ask this energy from our heart, energy, please take away any imbalances affecting my left side and let them be absorbed into the Mother Earth. Energy, please take away any identification I have towards my emotions. I am not my emotions. I am the pure spirit. And the element of the Mother Earth here is helping to draw out any imbalances from our left side and be absorbed into the Mother Earth. Energy, please take away any stress that I have coming from my past. And let that also be absorbed into the Mother Earth. Now we can bring our right hand back on our lap. And now we'll work a little bit on balancing our right energy channel. And to do that, we just raise our left hand up with the palm facing the back wall. And let's bend our head forward just a little bit because that shows a sign of humility, which is very important for meditation. Because with humility, we're understanding that there is something higher and greater in control than our own efforts that is able to connect us to our true self. So by bending our head forward, we're also coming closer to our heart. Here we say to this energy, please take away any imbalances affecting my right side and let them be absorbed into the ether. And just allow your attention to relax. Nothing for you to do. We've all been doing so much already. The paradigm in meditation is different. The less you do, the more that can happen. So just let go of all your efforts. You can even say to this energy, I am not the doer. See how you feel inside after you say that. Energy, I am not the doer. I can't even make one ant or a grain of sand. Energy, please take away any thoughts that are coming from the future that are causing me stress and anxiety. I don't need any of those thoughts. I want to be in the present. Once again, we can say, energy, I am not my thoughts. I am the pure spirit. We can bring down our left hand. Keep both our hands open nicely in front of us. And when I say nicely, I just mean with care. Because you'll find that since this energy within us is a living energy, it responds even to our body language. How we're sitting right now makes a difference. So even I'm going to adjust myself. You want to sit straight, but of course comfortable. You want to sit in a way that shows that you're eager to unite with this energy. And your hands also should show that love behind them. So sometimes what I do is I close my hands, I make fists, and then I reopen my hands again, just with a little bit more love and care. Try that and see if that makes a difference in your overall silence. And then bending the head forward also helps. Being closer to your heart is what matters. Now we put our attention on our central channel, the channel which represents the present moment. Reality, that's where we all want to be as often as we can. And we can be with regular practice of meditation. We can apply these techniques to our day-to-day lives so that it's not just Wednesday at 7 p.m. when we're relaxed, but it's more often throughout the day that we can jump into the state of thoughtlessness. So here we just take our attention gently to the top of our head. No need to force it if it's not going easily. If that's the case, then we again ask this energy. Remember, we have to always rely on this energy to do the work. So we ask this energy again. Energy, please grant me the state of meditation. Make sure your hands are relaxed, your arms, your shoulders, neck muscles, facial muscles. And more importantly, make sure that your attention is relaxed. And again, just watch your attention. Sometimes I ask myself the question, where is my attention right now? Go ahead and ask that question to yourself. Where is my attention right now? And that just helps to bring your attention back to where it needs to be. Just try to be very alert, because when we're not alert, our mind does like to wander without us knowing if we're not paying attention. So just be alert, even if the thought does come. Just watch it. Now you have the power to watch your thoughts. What a great power to have. Imagine if everyone can have this power that you have. What a world we'll be living in. Now let's take our right hand and just place it on our heart in the center. Yes, we have a center heart. And from our hearts, let's give thanks to this energy. I always like to give thanks because I never want to take this experience for granted. I find that the more I show my appreciation to this living energy, the more that this living energy shows its beauty to me, and its silence stays with me just a little longer. So from our hearts, silently to ourselves, in whatever language comes best from our heart, let's say, energy, thank you from the bottom of my heart for granting me my self-realization. And please let my desire to want to share this experience with others also develop. Now I know that all of the answers are within me. The truth, the purity, and the peace is within me. We can bring our hand back down. Whenever we're ready, we can open our eyes again. Everybody feeling good out there? Let's see. Okay. Great. Juanita, excellent. Good. Okay, someone had asked about the hand positions for the left and right side. When you go on our website, Sahaja Online, there is a video, and I will try to share that with you the next time. But in the meantime, if you'd like to go there and explore the site, I highly recommend, and you'll see a quick video that will show you that. But now for a few more questions, if anybody has, and then I want to explain a little bit more about who we are as Sahaja Online. Great. Pivani, I'm calling you Pivani, hope that's okay, says you felt a cool breeze on your palms and hands. Excellent. Wonderful. That's very cool. And Nang is saying, do we need to affirm at different parts of the body every time we meditate? Great question. Thanks for asking that. So, no, you do not. What he's asking is, do we have to do this every single time, putting our hands on the different energy centers? No, we don't. This is like starting the car. So you've started the car, and now you're going to drive with regular meditation, okay? And yes, there are half of you here that have been meditating for a while. By a while, I mean a few weeks, a few months, a few years. And then there are the other half of you that are on this session that are here for the first time. Doing this exercise of self-realization is perfectly fine to repeat, but it's not required. For you to meditate at home, we encourage you to meditate twice a day, morning and evening. Morning about 5-10 minutes. You saw how fast and easy you can get into meditation. And evening about 10-15 minutes. And do this regularly. As you know, with anything that you're more consistent with, you're going to see the results. If you can't try twice a day, please try to do it once a day. And also, please try to come to our classes on Sahaja Online, because these group sessions, yes, we are in a group right now. The energy is so much stronger than if you're meditating at home, but both are required, our home meditation and our group meditation. And please invite your friends. So I hope that answers your question. If there's anything more. Great. I appreciate that. That answers your question. So now I want to just show you a little bit about who we are on Sahaja Online. Great. Thank you. Great, Norma. I'm happy you're here again. So Sahaja Online is made up of instructors from the US, Canada, Australia, and India. And put a 2 in the chat, the number 2, if you've already signed up with us on Sahaja Online. So what we like for you to do if you haven't signed up is please go ahead and sign up sahajaonline.com and RSVP for your next sessions. What this does is it helps us, if you are registered with us, it helps us to contact you and to follow up with you if you have any questions and just to send you further information. But one thing I did want to show you here is when you go to this section called Science and Health, there is this section here on mental health. May is the month of mental health, and mental health, regardless, even if we're in June, July, mental health is so important. I think we can all agree how important mental health is. It drives every other aspect of our lives if our health in the mind is sound. So here you have wonderful articles on different aspects of mental health, all research-based, that you can take a look at and share with your friends. So I highly recommend you explore this. Great. And I would highly recommend that you go ahead and register with us again. Go to as many sessions as you like, and please feel free to come back again. I do the Wednesday class 7 p.m. Eastern. We have all other instructors that do different times and days. All are excellent. And we have a question. Have been going to local group meditation, but stopped because of social distancing, moved to Sahaja Online. Excellent. Yep. We've all moved to Sahaja Online because we have to be social distancing. That's right. This group meditation is really the way to go. Do we need to raise the Kundalini and Bandhan before and after meditation every time? So in this class, because this session is for beginners, I did not talk about that, but we do that. Yes, we do raise the energy and put ourselves in Bandhan, but it is again not required for those of you that are not at that step yet. So great. I will put on some music now and have those of you that would like to continue with the meditation, please carry on for about 5 more minutes. And if anybody has further questions, I'll continue to stay on with you. But thank you so much for joining. It's always so great to see you. You know, I don't physically see you, but so great. I feel really close to you already because I know so many of your names, those of you that are returning and those of you that are new. Would love to see you again. Hope you had a great time. Have a great night.